Yeah, yeah, Ghana National Education Campaign Coalition. Yeah, Juma dia ni say, yeah, be sure say, yeah, mabia or my mono, ebenya quality education. Na, as a coalition, no, yeah, network of civil society organizations, individuals and professionals that are interested in promoting quality education for our children. And it is a sad na or say to me, a pekwan be faso, they are holding policy makers, no, any duty bearers no, accountable to what they are supposed to do in promoting quality education for our children, because say education is a public good. Because it's a public good, government have the fundamental responsibility to ensure say your man in access to quality education. Now, as CSOs no, annually no, we come together to brainstorm and identify issues what sector now you're doing say ma and I say serve as barriers towards the achievement of a quality education at the pre-tertiary level in Ghana. Now you know say annually no the Ministry of Education any agencies no organizing what we refer to as the National Education Week. Now at the National Education Week no civil society organization platform to present a statement. Now, I presented this statement on behalf of civil society organizations. Now, say we presented that statement here. Now, say you bring you organize a meeting. So meeting will bring together all relevant stakeholders in the civil society community. Now, you're brainstorming. At that session, we try to identify issues are you say a creative barrier to achieving the kind of quality education now if we identify all these issues now we develop a communique. Now communique we try to come out with a communique that is targeted at all the relevant stakeholders within the sector any near or so omotimi edeboa emma yetimi achieve quality education. And this activity that we are doing is an activity to complement the effort of government in providing quality education, like I said, for the children in this country at the pre-tertiary level. Pre-tertiary level, that's from KG through to a senior high school.
How education is progressing in this country. We gathered here to be able to look at the state of education during the year. And we are coming out to understand some of the things that happened during the year. So we are hoping that the challenges that are emerging as we are seeing it and we are going to discuss it will be a way by which we can recommend to government to do the necessary things that will help ensure that education is taken to the next level, especially when the president has now understood that foundation, the problem is with the foundation and the need to work on the foundational level. Not necessarily because we have banned corporal punishment, but that there are various ways by which we can change the child and ensure that the child is able to become a very good citizen or good adult in the future. For me, for all civil service organizations, we have heard a lot about some of the things that are happening. Our advocacy is to ensure that we go and insist that the various civil service institutions, perform their duties, especially in the area of accountability, so that we can ensure that the children will learn well. And
the scope probably maybe goes a little more deeper in order to unearth some of these things, so that when they come up with these things, they are able to advise government, they are able to advise the relevant institutions, so that some interventions will be brought to bear in order that situations can improve. So that we believe that if teachers are available to prepare them adequately, and the candidates themselves also put themselves to their books, dedicate time to learn, dedicate time to have a brief look at past questions and all of that, that is something that will enable them, perform very well as everybody expects them to do. Each year we look at the previous year's work and then we improve upon that. On our own, what we did was organize stakeholder engagements across the country, We brought in all people who were relevant, the regional directors of education, district directors. We brought on board, private schools and then other, opinion leaders in society. So all of these people have a role to play in our examination process. So once they were all brought in and then we put out the statistics in terms of examination malpractice, I think they all bought into the idea that it was time for us to change the narrative. We also had a situation where people, after the stakeholder engagement, will call us and tell us things that are happening around the country. When we went to some of these areas, truly, we discovered that whatever they were doing was not what was expected of them. So I would say that, yes, and then of course, the minister made a statement, yes, that they will deal decisively with any teacher who engages in examination malpractice. Right. It is his role, it's his prerogative to make that pronouncement. And indeed, I believe all of these things together helped us to have an examination period that was devoid of a lot of irregularities.
I felt that we could have done much better than what we are doing now. And that is why we think, going forward, we should be intentional about some of these things and interventions I introduce, to be the best out of it. Yeah. Well, we know we are training a lot more teachers every now and then. But if you go to our schools, especially at the basic level, in most deprived areas now, they don't have the requisite number of teachers they need to be able to deliver quality education. And so it means that we will have to go back to the table and look at the data as it says in terms of which areas need more teachers. Then we should also note, sometimes when you take these people to these places now, of course, a young guy already, happened only mid-20s or 30 or brother, there are certain social amenities around. If he is not getting that, what is he being compensated with in terms of that? So I'm thinking, you should be able to have certain packages for these people. Can we have a promotional package for them? Can we have a situation whereby almost CPD points, they will be given additional CPD points aside, from the normal ones that they are supposed to get. In terms of certain things I buy, for example, we had a laptop for the teachers. Why do we ask them to pay? They can be given these things for free. So the point is that we should make it more attractive to get some of these teachers at these places technically they wouldn't want to go. And a deliberate thing, I say, easy. It wouldn't be easy. But if you are deliberate and intentional about it, we should be able to achieve that particular. One of the things you should also note, the larger the region, the higher the number of schools that will be there, and then the higher the number of vacancies that will be available. But we'll share from the MIS data, from ministry data now, you see some regions like Eastern region, the Afram Plains areas, North, South, those areas, regions like Ashanti region, regions like Volta region, they have districts they lack teachers. I think we should pay attention to those places now, the requisite. But this data is with the ministry, is with the Ghana Education Service. They know it, and they should be able to strategize to be able to get the teachers for this, to revamp the local economy, to ensure that the people within the place in our community, you bit me alleviate poverty and other things. One of the things that I even realized was that because of the school feeding program, those places where technically they don't even do that because on himself or school the parents do not. So it means benefit. Like any political. What for party political people? So you are giving the person 2 cedis. And we know name them 2 cedis and so they are cooking anything to present food and they are giving it to the kids at nutritional level, the value they are not getting all these things. So I think we should take the bold step and then increase the money to something substantial. I propose it wouldn't hurt for us to say, let's say 50 cedis. Because in private schools, we know we are paying huge sums of money for their feeding daily. About public school now, so I think we need to be intentional about school feeding. It's been like this year is 20 years, right? 20 years. By this time, we should have this thing well grounded in terms of its implementation. So we should cut the political lines and make sure we are delivering the benefit, the original intention.
Finally, Captain.
I think we've been having an increment. It was 4 cities, I think 4 5 cities to 10 cities. Now it's 15 cities or so. You're running school around this, and for me, I'm thinking, we need to increase that amount. We should try and increase that amount to ensure the various activities undertaking school the school authorities would not have any cost to aspirants to pay A, B, C, and that is by increasing the amount. Again, I think the formula for paying the money to the schools, we should also have in consideration that aspect of looking at where the schools are located. So monies that will go to the private schools, there should be some additional money because of where they are located, so that they will be able to support the children appropriately. And yes, but we will not get the requisite impact, and as